Well, the CATL flotation catapulted Hong Kong back to the #1 spot in global fundraising. It means its IPO market this year is already worth over $7.5 billion. That's a six-fold increase on last year. Hong Kong is now ahead of both the Nasdaq and the New York Stock Exchange for IPOs. And big business tends to attract even more business. By the end of April, more than 130 companies were in the pipeline for a Hong Kong listing. Let's talk to Fiona Cincotta, the analyst at City Index. Fiona, welcome back. What's your take on CATL's debut in Hong Kong? Were you surprised by this jump in share price?
Well, I think if we have a look at the broader market tone, there's obviously these lingering concerns regarding trade tensions between the US and China. Now, while they have been reduced, they obviously do still exist. So that's one thing to take into account. But on the other side of this, if we look at this as an individual company, it really is quite an impressive company. It's relatively new. It's a relatively young company, but it's still built a really strong clientele list, as we've heard, with Tesla providing battery power for Tesla, Volkswagen, other big names like Ford, and dominating around 38% of the market. So the fact that you look at what high quality stock this is, then I think that does make the fact that we've seen this impressive demand less surprising.
This was the largest IPO so far this year. What does that say about investor confidence in the electric vehicle sector? Because if you look at this from Europe or even the UK, there is this sort of stuttering enthusiasm for EV, but perhaps not everywhere.
Yes, that's right. I mean, it really does send a very strong positive signal as far as demand for the right EV company is concerned. I mean, as far as EV sales are concerned globally, if we look at the data, they have increased EV cars, they've increased 25% from 2023 to 2024. Also in 2024, 1 in 5 cars sold was an EV car. So it does look like demand is still increasing at a strong rate. Obviously, there are globally government initiatives to support that growth, as well as policies. And also we're seeing ongoing technological advances which could boost this sector further. So I think with the right company, showing with the right quality clients, this does seem a good sector and it is attracting that demand.
What about Hong Kong? I mean, how important is Hong Kong as a financial platform, in particular for Chinese companies, especially given these trade tensions and tariff tensions with the United States?
Yes, I think it's really proving to be a very important platform for Chinese firms. I mean, a lot of firms do list on mainland with A shares, and that brings sort of liquidity, robust liquidity and higher valuations. But then this Hong Kong platform does also bring flexible financing options. Now, if a company does combine both of those, then it gives them much more of an ability to expand globally, and I think that's what we've seen today.
How insulated is CATL from American trade policies under President Trump?
Yeah, I think it definitely does bring into doubt sort of, their ambitions as far as the US is concerned. It is on a Pentagon blacklist due to supposed links to Chinese military, although that's denied by the company. So I think it's fair to say that the ambitions will be focused much more on Europe for the time being. Obviously, we've seen factories are being built already in Germany and Hungary. There is potential for joint ventures in Spain. So I think Europe's going to be the focus rather than the US right now.
Fiona, good to see you. Thanks so much for coming back on the programme. Fiona Cincotta, the analyst at City Index.